getting warmed up. So we jump on this welcome talk. But it's like, what we're gonna build on today. Conspiracy. What's real and what's not. All the stuff that's been going on throughout the years. But we're not gonna jump into anything specific. But we're just gonna build on that thing right now. What's real, what's not, you know what I mean? Shit. You got the sun and the moon. That way. Right? I haven't been to space, but if in space is dark and there's no light in space, if there's no light in space, the sun and the moon. I'm just saying, conspiracies, some shit, you know, you don't know what to believe. But I tell you what, you gotta learn to make sense of the nonsense. So that's all about it, conspiracy. Man, I walk in a minute, but yo, it's not the morning right now, we're in broad daylight. It's like 2 p.m. on the East Coast. About to hit the golf course up, just for this nice long hour walk. Let's figure, pull the camera out and we just do a build, you know what I mean? We do another walk and talk build. And man, there's so much stuff on the table. I got me another list. You know, I was just holding the vibe the other day. I got me another list now. You know? And it's like, where can you even start? You know? Today I want to vibe on conspiracy. Conspiracy, you know what I mean? Y'all know conspiracies, don't know what to believe. What's the truth? What's not the truth? What's that mean? You know? So much things go on and so much things happen in life. And it's just like, wow. You don't know what to believe. So I wanna, while I walk today, just vibe with some conspiracies and things that are happening over there. Well, over the years, I'm 42, so much stuff happened, man, in my lifetime. And imagine all the stuff that happened before, you know? In my lifetime, technology came up and captured stuff. You still can't believe what it was, you know? That conspiracy stuff is real, man. Since technology aids it too. For example, today is what? Indigenous Peoples Day, which is ex-Columbus Day, right? But there's a conspiracy in that. There's a conspiracy all in that he discovered this land and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the rewriting of history and the misleading of the people that they're teaching. But the misleading is part of the plan, though, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? That's why they switched it now, because the truth is coming out. What's that saying? What's that saying? The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Right? So the truth is coming out, so they switched it from Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day. That's bigging up all the people that was already here. And that was the scream and the cry in the history that we've been talking about the whole time. But that's just like one of the conspiracies that's out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, man. Have a good day, buddy. Thank you. But there's so much stuff that's done in the eye that's misleading. You don't know what's the truth, man.
Okay, come on.
What's up, man? Hey, what's up, buddy? Don't know what's the truth. So much conspiracy throughout the years. It's like, you know, the president stuff. Even take it back to hip hop in my time in the 90s, how Biggie, Pac, things were going, next thing you know, they died. And it's like, what? What is that all about? But because of media and news and reports and how the news is twisted to the propaganda news kicked in, you know, when you're young, you're not looking at it in retrospect, but now, thinking about that shit like, yo, that's some spooky shit. But Biggie and Pac, you know what I mean? Because they had influence, and they had a great following, and they had a lot of people that was on their side. You know what I'm saying? I was rolling for Biggie because I was on top, but I love Pac because of his stance and what Pac was talking about. You know? Even though I fully understand it until I got older in life and see some of the stuff, you know what I mean? Because early on I learned Pac was contradicting, but life is contradiction with all the different things we got to go through and all the different things we get through in life. And you feel about certain things and you want to go one direction, but then things happen to make you look at things in a whole different perspective. So life is a contradiction itself because nothing stays the same. Things change. You know what I'm saying? Look at the WWF, right? For years, you can be a good guy and then do something, then it's switch the bad guy. But they can do something to switch back to the good guy. And that's what it is. That's like the matrix that we're in, and that's the reality they play. Because everything is all set up. And that's a conspiracy in itself. You know what I'm saying? All this shit, what? The cloning thing? Are they really cloning people? Yes, they are. So is it really a conspiracy if we don't know? But yet they're showing proof in those cloning facilities, you know what I mean? But also, because how can people allow that? How can that be? You know what I'm saying? Man, conspiracies, you don't know what's the truth, what to believe. But sometimes it's all in your face. You know what I mean? Look what happened at 2011, 911. You know, I wasn't even 21 yet. I was 20 years old. And when that happened, so much stuff came out. And because so much stuff came out about that situation, you don't know what to look at and what to put together, but what makes sense. And if a lot of shit makes sense, there's one whole tale of corruption, deceit, fuckery. You know what I'm saying? But it's all part of the control situation, isn't it? Because remember, the people that's in power and in control wants to keep their power, wants to stay in control, and want to stay in position. Who wouldn't if you're running shit? And I get it that. But at the end of the day, people want to free themselves. And people want to know. And people want to grow. And people want to build. And people want to build their own. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know? There's so much conspiracy. Like, so many stuff happened throughout the years that you don't even know where to start thinking. I just stay on the rap and go back to the rap stuff with like the modern day now, where all the rappers are getting killed left and right. And it's like, what's up, man? And it's like, most of these rappers are under one record label. I'm looking at it, doing a little research in here and there, watching all these videos that's talking about the different rappers and their situations, and most of them is under one record label. So it's like, the conspiracy of the Illuminati controlling hip-hop on the enemies and the people that don't want to see you grow or setting a narrative of things. Is that conspiracy real of what's going on? Because they can see, I'm from the 90s. You know what I mean? So the hip hop of the 90s is totally different from the hip hop now, but things grow. And everybody gonna have their own outlook. So that's 20 years behind the 90s. 20 plus years, and I mean 30 years behind us. So now we're into the future of hip hop and what's going on in rap. But you're wondering, nobody's building. Nobody's growing. It's all death and destruction, stress and depression. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, everybody broke, but I'm going to stun on you. I'm going to show you what I got. And half the time it's fake. It's not even real. So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And then with this fake stuff, the fake bravado, people losing their lives. They're getting wrapped up in real street situations, real street organizations, getting locked up. You see what happens, telling to get loose. You know what I mean? It's all shitty, man. But it's all a conspiracy because nobody wants to believe that it was set up to go that way. That hip hop was set in a direction to go that way because of the possibility. You know what I'm saying? Because of what the direction that we could go. And as you can see, there's a lot of people, you know what I mean, that's influenced. And I listen to hip hop. I fell in love with that joke back in the 90s. But that's when they have messages and they're talking about building and uplifting yourself. And then it switched from that. Because right when the conscious stuff is starting out, and people talking about building together and growing, they know that you take a veer to more street ways and street life, illegal life. Nothing positive not gonna give you a long life. Nothing you can lead to the generation of wealth. If you notice, it just veered off during the mid-90s, right around the time when Pac and Biggie's all gone. You know what I mean? And from the 97s, 96, 97, 98 to now, from then to now, it was like, yo, now the Wu was doing their thing consciously, but the Wu was also listening to the lyrics consciously. It was a conundrum. You know what I mean? Because it almost seemed like around 97, 98, 99, the mind control conspiracy was in effect. Because now we got rappers, people saying we have to do this and we have to do that. There's no other way. But there's so many ways of getting money. Always been. A lot of different ways of getting money. But if you don't know, and you're not up to the game, you're not going to make no money. You know what I'm saying? And the conspiracy is, it was using through the music and visualization too, because in all the videos you hear me say that what was the movies all about? The movies were teaching us how to build and invest and have a great future. It was a risk you get yourself trapped future a kid. And the music reflected that in the 90s, you know what I mean? Whew, whew. So it's like, the conspiracy is on, man. But nobody gonna believe that was all a setup. It's all a setup. You know? But the big conspiracy setup is a distraction from everything. You know what the distraction is? Overall distraction is you to be distracted from yourself. You to be distracted in life, finding your purpose in life, understanding the reasons of your purpose, and going to get it. The bag is there, y'all. The bag is there, you know what I mean? But you have to find your purpose, and with your purpose, that purpose is going to be in the bag. You know what I mean? I always refer to my music because I've been loving music for so long, since a young man, to wanting to learn the craft so much that I learned the craft, you know? And now we're just moving along, enjoying the experience, like using what I've learned all these years, all the mistakes I've made, and propel into the future. You know what I'm saying? So we're just walking, talking, building, just to get that perspective, you know what I mean? Better. Look at things a little bit different, you know what I mean? You know how the narrative is going. And look within all these different conspiracies. I was just basically touching on the topic of conspiracy, but there's so much we can dig deep and dig deep dive in these different things. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's so much videos out there too. Y'all can go look it up and check it out. And I was just holding a vibe today of conspiracy because you don't know what to believe of what's going on. You don't know what to believe, right? But sometimes what you see is the truth. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what to believe nowadays. So all the conspiracies from the past and what's going on now, you have to pay attention and see what's going on. What's up? Hello, y'all. How y'all doing? All right. But not too far. You just see them in the morning. And I ain't sleep in a minute in the morning, but they're walking in the day. And that's like, but yeah, so much conspiracies. I just wanted to, you know, not really dig deep in anything, but just look at conspiracies and truth and what's not true. But at the end of the day, individually, which is you, solo, discussing people, whatever, you have to make sense of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? They can't let things throw you off your grind because you don't understand, not feeling the presence. Just look at the movement. You feel me? Look at the movements, brother. You see what I want. Yeah, see. Live with entertainment. You know what I mean? Walk and talk. LGETV. Channel style. Yo. This is to set off a whole bunch of conspiracy segments in these walk and talk. Because we're going to deep dive into specific conspiracies and just build on them shit, you know what I mean? A lot of hip-hop joined though. Because Lord knows, what's going on in hip-hop, you know what I mean? From 93, I've been paying attention. Even though 97, till about 08, I wasn't really paying attention that much. Because I started having kids, and I was still really focusing on my craft, along with the rough roller coaster life I was dealing with, you know what I mean? So, but we're back in, listening to it intently, listening to lyrics, you know what I mean? Again, not Jay, Kendrick, talking about Metatron, and that's a spiritual energy. I'm listening to lyrics, you know what I'm saying? That's a spiritual energy, that's a conspiracy in itself, what's going on with the voodoo and the magic and the spirituality of things that people don't understand. As well, a lot of information is out now because of the times we're in. Yeah, man. CLP, Walk and Talk, 2022. Conspiracy. What's really was yeah. You know another conspiracy, yo? That's crazy. I seen this kid, Jamal, saying, yo, back in the 80s and 90s, they were using robots to play ball, and they had a few real ball players, yo. That's a hell of a conspiracy, yo. You know, the Jordans, the Magic were real. Everybody else was really much faking robots, man. He said mock this, mock that, whatever number he had behind it, whatever the case is. But that's a hell of a conspiracy, yo. Cause yo, imagine Jordan playing against robots, yo. And who watch all them basketball games know what I'm talking about? Cause if you seen Jordan play, you seen Jordan play. And that's like the GOAT of all that shit, right? So for him to say that there were robots he was playing against, that's crazy, yo. But you don't know what to believe. Because you see some people throughout the years going crazy in the NBA. But won't even said a couple names. D. Rose was real. And that's like another Jordan, Rose, Magic. And really pretty much that's what he was saying. Everybody else is fucking robots, dog. So now my question is this, right? If basketball players are robots, are the NFL players robots too? What about the baseball players? What about the baseball players? Are they robots too? Conspiracy, man. You don't know what to believe yet. But that's a hell of a one when I heard about that, and I had to like say something on that. You know what I mean? In my walk and talk, we're gonna talk about all this shit. So conspiracy. I'm gonna deep dive into that one too. And I see some videos on top of that, some other joints. You know what I mean? But yeah, crazy, ain't it? You don't know what to believe yet. Crazy where we're living, man. All that clone and stuff. What to believe, right? A lot of what do you call them? Our superstars, our celebrities, our clones. Yeah, I seen this thing where they said the Disney stars are clones. What? And is some of them that were cloned and made them in the lab? They put them together in the lab and grow them, yo? Don't know what to believe, man. That's what conspiracy is. Conspiracy is like, you know, believe it or not. Maybe that's why they had that TV show back in the day when I was coming up. I don't know if it's on cable now, because I ditched that cable shit and I'm all Pi 6 in, and I mean I'm Pi 6 out. Whatever the new technology is, I try to jump on it. You know what I mean? Because that mind control is real, and I know through the movies, TV shows and all of that, they're using it to get the kids. Because our Lord knows I caught up in it. I'm just thankful I was blessed to recognize my talent and cultivate my talent. That's holding on to my talent. You know what I mean? Holding on to what I want to do in life, regardless of what the fuck is going on. And that kept me focused. And now we're here doing it, y'all, just doing it, you know what I mean? So yeah, walk and talk. Don't know what to believe. Conspiracy, yo. Don't know what to believe, you know what I mean? Shit happens. You tell me, is it real or not? You can even say the education system, the way it's set up, is like, it's set up in a way that if you don't apply yourself, you're not going to see the point of it. You're not going to see what you can use that for to build yourself up into the level you want to get to. You know what I'm saying? It's like that system is set up to throw you off or hold you back. You know what I mean? It holds you back so you can't progress, and actually keep you distracted from the reasons, your points, and everything you're here and your reason to be here. I feel like the whole entire thing is a sham because you don't really learn nothing but anyway. That's when I was younger. Because now seeing through the conspiracy orbit, the way it's presented to you, it feels not important at the time as a youth, when you're young. It feels like you're not going to be able to use anything. But what it is that most curriculums is set up with a lot of junk and garbage information just to fill your brain. That way you can keep up with the distraction that's out there in the world. But you can make sense of the nonsense and take it through and look within yourself for you. And now that's where it comes in. Because whatever you want in this world, you have to know about it. What you want to do, you have to get the information about it. But once you get the information, they can apply the information and do your thing. And that's the conspiracy about the education system. Because for a long time, I'm like, what the fuck? What's the point? But now I see the point, but they disguise it. That's the English language in itself. So the creators of the English language knew exactly what they were doing when they were setting all this shit up. You know? Just even the conspiracy of the religion. Oh, that's another form of distraction, just from the uneducated and the ignorant towards the spiritual of life. You know? That's another form of distraction that can use to set you up because you don't understand. And if you don't have the information, roll with what everybody else doing, right? So get the information. And you can decide to roll however you want. You know what I mean? But conspiracy is like, whew, what to believe. You just don't know. And there's so much we're going to dive deep in. But just those last two alone, the NBA, the education system, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you hear me talk about conspiracy of the prison, and that ties in with the school system. And the prison system is private, and it's funded by the government, and the more people locked up, the more money they get for each person, and then who's paying for that? The regular people that work so not have to pay their taxes, because you don't pay your taxes, you get in deep duty, right? Ain't that a crazy setup? Yeah. That's not style. There's like, what I'm gonna do, yo? I'm gonna take my notepad, right? I'm gonna just write everything down, because there's so much conspiracies through history, so much conspiracies through time, and we're gonna deep dive on them and just take our time and do a whole build. We got nothing else to do. Walk and talk. But it's